you're doing as a young person, if you are not consistent, if you don't practice every time, it's difficult for you to become a master of that thing. It's difficult for you to become an expert or an authority in that thing. So if you want to be good at anything, you have to practice it over and over again. You have to show up. Showing up is very, very important. So whatever you're doing, you make your commitment and you show up. You make your commitment and you show up. It's very important that you show up. So for those of you who have been here for 3 whole days, I want you to do this. Give yourself a big hug and turn this way. Huggy, huggy, huggy. You are fantastic. Okay? You are fantastic, okay? You are fantastic indeed. All right, so well done, well done, well done. Now, being here is one thing. The other thing is taking notes, okay? Taking notes is the other thing that you have to do. Now, take those notes, whatever point the speaker is saying, or whatever the speaker says that hits you, or very important to you, write it down in your jotter or in your journal. Okay, that's what you're going to use to start learning. And not just write it there. Do you know one thing you can do? We have a group on WhatsApp. We have a WhatsApp group. Just tell your mom you want to share with her what you have learned during this conference. Let her write it for you in the comments in that group, so your parents can type it for you in the group. We want to see some of the points that you got during this, during the conference, some of the things that everybody said, what Kamsi said, what Dave said, what Alan said, what Nancy said, right? What Mojola said, what every one of them, Faraz, what Zuria said, what each and every one of the speakers that have been here, what they've said, what Miss Victoria said. I want you to write 1, 2, 3 things that you got from each of this session. Write it in the comment section or in the group so that we see how much knowledge has been shared and how much we have carried and we are owning. Okay, do we have up to 20 people in the house? When we hit 20, then we can shoot. We're supposed to have 100 of us in this stream so that others can join on YouTube. But we have a lot of people who are watching on YouTube. Some videos have hit up to 80, some videos have hit up to 80 views, 60 views, 30, 40 views, 30 views on YouTube. So I know a lot of people are catching the replay on YouTube. If you have friends that should be here, that should be catching the replay, so we're 20 now, we can shoot. Okay, so you have friends who should see this, friends who should know about all the amazing things you've learned here. At the end of this session, send a message to them, send it to their phones, to their parents' phone, and tell them, oh, please, can you tell my friend Judith that she needs to watch some of these videos? Let her watch it, and you can recommend the ones that you want her to watch, the one that you got the most knowledge, okay, from, or lessons.
Link is in the chat room, please.
All right, awesome. All right then, so Kamsi, I'm just gonna go away and let you and our speaker take it away. Thank you.
All right, so as our speaker in the house, let me check so that we can kick off.
Okay.
All right, great. Our speaker is with us, so I'll just share his profile before we begin.
Toluwani Ogunjimi is a creative photographer and a media personnel. He is a graduate of Fine and Applied Arts, Olabisi Onobonjo University. He is the CEO of KTM Studios, a photography brand he started during his university days. He won an award in photography in his final days in university. He is an artist and an energetic dancer. He currently works on a documentation project called The Lagos Experience, where specific and creative pictures about Lagos are documented. He has volunteered for several training and events in which he has received appreciation awards for participation. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Toluwani Ogunjimi.
All right, so I'll just bring our speaker on now. So you can come on. I've asked you to unmute, okay? I think our speaker is having some trouble. So we can't hear you. Is it just me?
I can't hear him either.
Okay. Okay, so I think our speaker needs to switch devices. So while we wait, we'll take another testimonial while we wait for him to swap his device.
Hello everyone, my name is Denzel and I am 6 years old. I am a partner in the Mastermind Circle. The Mastermind Circle has helped me in many ways. It helps me focus on things and it also helped me with starting a task and finishing
I want
it.
to drink water too.
Thank you.
All right, so is our speaker back yet?
All right, so while we're waiting for our speaker let's talk about the last session. How many of you were here for the session with Zuriel? How did that go for you? I had a nice time in that session. What was it for you? If you were here in the session, what was your biggest take at that session? Did you enjoy the session? What was it for you? Let's see you in the comments while we await our speaker to get back.
All right, so I think Mr. Toluwani is back now. Let me try and unmute him and see if it's working.
Hi, can you hear me?
All right, we can hear you now. Great, sir.
Oh, okay. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon, sir. It's great to have you here.
Good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, thank you very much. Well, my name is Toluwani Ogunjimi, and as the profile has said, I am a photographer and all that. But let's leave that. How are you guys doing today? How are you all? Can you all see me?
Yes, I can see you. If you can see Mr. Tolu, just say in the comments that you can. All right, I can see you though.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So, first off, before we begin, I would like to talk about myself. I would like to talk about how creative thinks. So, I'm a photographer, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a dancer, and all these are surrounded in the creative process. We have other forms of creative process, writing, singing, like has been discussed in other classes. But this section of creativity is a very different one, and it's something that a lot of youngsters, a lot of kids, they miss because the platform has been set down already, and you have to follow that platform in the photography space, in the music space, in the dancing space. You have to follow those set of platforms that have been put in place already. But I just want to quickly brief put in something that being yourself in the creative space really, really helps a lot. It's really, really helps a lot. For me, I have been creative right from when I was little. I would usually draw. I draw most of the time. I draw, and my parents supported me. My mother would always support me in my drawing process and everything. So with that being said, I've just how it is. It's a creativity on this platform. It's a different thing. Don't be scared about it. Don't be scared to showcase your creativity. I would like to talk about my experience. I really don't know how to cheat show. You all are going to pardon me. I'm not much of a teacher. As we creative, we do our thing, and you know how it is. But I would like to talk about my experience first off. My experience it has been really tough and it has been really great. There's been a lot of learning. But one thing that it has taught me is that I should be patient about everything. Patience and consistency really, really helps a lot for you as a creative. And for we kids, let me say, okay, for now, I'm a kid, I'm a child, I'm a teenager, since I'm talking to you guys. So for we kids, most of us, we believe to be that we need our parents for everything we do, which to me, I don't feel is too correct. At some point, you do need your parents, but also at some other points, you need yourself. Sorry, at some other points, you need yourself. You need yourself. And this has been something that a lot of youngsters have missed. They've failed to need themselves. They failed to believe themselves. And this that I'm saying I would say more about it when I'm talking about my key points. I have found out some key points that I want to share with everybody. But I just want you all to know that when you are growing up, you need to be patient and you need to be consistent. That is what my experience as a creative, as an entrepreneur has taught me, that you need patience and you need to be consistent. Because in this space, you would have a whole lot of things to really see and a whole lot of things to learn. So you don't have to rush. You don't just be calm about it. Be patient and be consistent. Do it from time to time. Start with what you have. My mentor usually tell me that word in person of Dr. Shola Animashan. He always say, start with what you have. So, dear kids, I say to you, start with what you have, wherever you are, whenever, at any given time, whenever your parents are advising you or something, start with what you have. What you have is also what your parents have, is what they have to you that they will give you. If you are a writer and you only have a book and a pen, like in the other section, start with it. Miss Mary said her daughter started writing at a very small age. She was using book and a pen. So start with what you have. As a creative, start with what you have. Anywhere, I don't know wherever you are, but I can tell you this, and it is definitely going to work for you. Start with what you have. So I'd like to define creativity quickly for everybody. And right here, I pinpoint that creativity lives in us. It is a gift of humans. It is not a gift for humans. It is a gift of humans. That means everyone has it. You have your creativity in you. Whatever you do, you have your creativity. Although sometimes a lot of us feel like we are not creative. A lot of us feel like we are just there. We just go about our daily life, or go to school, eat lunch, go out with friends, go for lessons, go for dance class or writing class. that's not just it. Creativity is embedded in everything, as I would say, because we all possess it. And the definition of creativity is the use of imagination or original ideas to create something useful, something that can be used to solve a problem, entertainment, communication, and so on. Creativity is just that imagination in your head that you can put out to let everybody see that, okay, yes, I'm being creative about this thing, and I want you all to see it. I hope I'm not running. I'm not rushing too much.
You're fine. You're good.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ma. The kids are okay. They are on mute. They are all on mute, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay, no problem, Ma. Well, moving on, I would like to talk about simple ways to awaken your creativity as a child. These are very, very simple key things. They are not stressful. They are not something that you have to go for one class for. These are things that you can do on your own. They are simple ways to awaken creativity as a child, either in photography, in your reading, in your singing, in your dancing, in your speaking, in whatever you do, in your drawing, in your cooking, when you go out in your dressing. Simple ways to awaken your creativity. In art class, someone said in the section in art class, simple ways to awaken your creativity as a child. My first point here is the very important one. Believe in yourself that you are a creative. Believe in yourself that you are a creative. If you don't believe in yourself, who will believe in you? You first have to believe in yourself before anybody can believe in you. Your parents will believe in you, definitely. But if you don't believe in yourself, your parents won't believe in you. Everybody has that spark of creativity inside of them that allows them to manifest it anyhow they want. And when you believe in yourself, it gives you the confidence of what you are doing. For example, you go to meet mommy. Oh, mommy, I thought about this idea. And the way you put it to mommy, mommy would understand. Mommy would understand definitely, okay, yes, this is what my child is trying to see. But if you are not confident about it, if you are fidgeting or you're stammering to mommy and you're like, oh, mommy, and you're not so sure about yourself, even mommy might not believe in you. So you need to have that mindset of believing in yourself always. Wherever you are, self-confidence is very important. You need to conquer self-doubt. You don't be scared to be creative. Don't be scared to showcase yourself. When you write a storybook, don't be scared to put it out. Believe in yourself that, okay, yes, this that I've written, it's of good purpose, it's of positivity. Put it out. Believe in yourself before other people believe in you. Because if you don't believe in yourself, other people won't believe in you. My second point is try something new. As a creative, you need to try something new. Don't rush, just try something new. When you have this new idea, put it into action. When you think about, okay, how can I create a new style of water bottle? Just giving an example, how can I create a new style of water bottle? And then you combine different types of water bottle together and you look at it and you just, maybe you draw out the layout and all, and then it brings out something new. You've created something for yourself. Okay, I'm reading in the comment section. Someone said, what does self-confidence means? So going back to point one, self-confidence means, Lazarus, self-confidence means that you believe in yourself. When you speak, you are bold. Okay, yes, let me use that word, boldness. You are bold. you are outspoken. When you are called up to do something, you are not scared, you are not shy. That's how I can put down self-confidence to you. Can I move on now? Is the question answered? Yes, we do need self-confidence in everything we do. We really do need self-confidence in everything we do. God Almighty has put that in us, and He has made us good people that can think creatively. When you imagine something, it's not just you imagining it, it's God putting it in your head. So the self-confidence is something you have to build, and you can build it easily by believing in yourself. My second point is by trying something new. Don't worry about what people are going to say, just start something new. Feel confident about what you are saying. In school, when you are learning, maybe when you are doing mathematics, when you are doing physics, when you are doing art, or maybe in music class, feel free to try something new. Don't be scared. You won't get beaten for it. You'll get praised for it. I'm very sure of that. Don't be scared to try something new. When you learn something, put it into action. It also helps. It's trying something new is what I've always done in my photography space. Whenever I have chance to create, I just try something new. It might not be looking good at first, but the more I practice it, it gets better. So Chima, are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, thank you. Just wanted to know if you are hearing me. So my next point is, as a child, to awaken your creativity. This that I'm about is a very funny one, but our parents that are here, I'm sure some of you might not agree to this fully, but I'll say this. My next key point is have fun. Have fun. As kids, you need to have fun. I can tell you that. It's your growing process, it's your learning process. And to awaken your creativity as a kid, you need to have fun. Why? Why did I say this? Because I found out something while I was growing up that there is this joyful moment when you are having fun, and it really helps a lot. When you are joyous, it brings out your creativity. When you are happy, when you when you when you get something from mommy, maybe for example, mommy gives you an amount of money and say, okay, when we go to the mall today, get yourself whatever you like. There is this joy as a youngster. There is this joy in your heart that you are feeling, and in that moment, a lot of ideas are created in your head. It is something that has really happened to me. When I was growing up, whenever my mom told me that, okay, we are going to the market today, we want to go and get something, and she's telling me to get for myself, I'm always happy. And then I begin to think about what I would get and how would that be useful for me. That is being creative because I am happy and the thought has come in, the imagination has come in, the ideas is flourished in my mind already. So it has manifested in my head, in my mind. So I just need to just express it through that happiness. That's why a lot of times I say creative people are happy people, because most creative people that I've seen, they are very happy people. They are very, very happy. And also you define your creativity by your happiness. That's one thing I believe. I'm a very jovial person. Everybody knows me. I rarely get sad or angry. And in my happiness, in my happy space, I find a lot of moments to be creative. I write down my creativity, I write down my ideas and all. So have fun. That's the third point. The next point is, the fourth point is be inspired. Be inspired. Now, inspiration comes in different forms. Inspiration comes in different forms. When you're writing your storybook, when you're singing, when you're in music class, when you're doing, inspiration comes in different forms. For some of us, we have mentors like the Mastermind program that is ongoing. It's a source of inspiration to awaken your creativity as a child. When you go out, when you partake in a school play, when you go to a museum, or you talk to your mentors, or you go to where you've not been before, you are inspired to do more. You want to do more. Your willingness becomes strong. You how do I put this? You and your friends, when you guys are in a play or something, when you are seeing yourself doing something and you are seeing your friend also doing it, and your parents are watching and everybody's cheering for you, it's links, all these points links together. When your parents are cheering for you, they are happy, it's bringing joy to you, your mind becomes more open and positive, and you want to do more, you want to be more creative, and you want to show people what you have inside of you. So that is one way to awaken your creativity as a child. Be inspired. If you are a graphics designer, if you are a writer, when you read books, you read other people's books and you see the way they write their books, you also have that thought in your mind. You create that atmosphere for you to understand that, okay, yes, this is what I'm trying to do. You are letting that creative thought in your mind become stronger, and that makes it more positive because you are being inspired by something. So your mind is calm and your mind is ready because you've been inspired by something. So moving on, my next point is, I just have a few more points. These are simple things, these are everyday things. My next point is think, okay, I'm looking at the comment section now, and someone said, so let me start from the beginning. How can I use my self-confidence to stand out and to stand out in life? And what if people look down on you? Okay, firstly, I would like to say people will definitely look down on you as kids. That's something I would love to tell you people. I won't hide that from you. People will definitely look down on you. Not everybody is going to like you. But that is why we have some sections of people that would help you. These are people that will help you grow. In the last section, Miss Mary mentioned some sections of people that would help you, starting from your family, your parents, your siblings, then to your school, then to your surroundings, maybe your home, then to your church. Those are the base people that you can showcase to, that they won't look down on you. That one I am very, very sure of. People all around me have been very, very supportive because we all grew up together. We all know how the process has been, and it's something that we all need to have, and everybody has it. For example, now for you being in this class, your parents have supported you and they've pushed you to a particular extent. So it is less for you to have that self-confidence, and nobody's going to look down on you if you allow them look down on you. If you listen to what they say, it's going to bring you down. But me, I would like to urge you that you keep your head straight and you keep being confident of what you do. So back to my point. Point 5 is think creative. Think creatively when a situation arises. Now, a lot of we kids, we really don't understand what it feels like when a situation arises, and then most of us panic, which is very, very wrong. And I would love to advise you, if the situation is a suitable situation that your parents are, how do I put it? I don't want to create a too big scenario. Okay, for example, now you have a storybook and that you love so much. It's an hard copy, and something happened. The storybook fell down, and it's from a tough shelf. And um, when the storybook fell, it's quite hard for you to get up to where the storybook is. To me, yeah, you have to think creatively to return that storybook, because you find out that if mommy knows that this storybook fell down, you might be in trouble or something. Think creatively, arrange things that would elevate you to return that storybook back. I've seen a lot of kids that they are good climbers, they have good strengths. They can, when something happens in the house, they can quickly put little things together and fix it. For example, I've had a friend of mine, his son was 3, and a older friend, his son was 3, and his son usually play with pegs. Do you all know pegs? Pegs, all this clip that I used to peg your clothes. And his son turned it into something that could hold a phone. Out of just playing and curiosity, the boy did that. And it was something that the father was really proud about. And from that, they enrolled the boy in so many things. And there are other instances whereby you you create toys, you create self toys with things at home. So that is a way to be creative. Be free with whatever you are doing, whatever you have. When little situations arise, think creative about to get them done. Allow a fresh perspective to lead you into a breakthrough. Don't let it be that, okay, mommy will be thinking about it every time. Or maybe when you tore a book, or you mistakenly tore a book, if there is no gum or something, find a way to fix it in back. I have seen countless tutorials on YouTube on how to fold paper, and the folding is so beautiful and looks so nice that it stays back and it has a strong hold. So I'm just letting you know all this so that when you are at home, when you are going about your daily activities, you have these thoughts to think creatively. For example, the little girl that I won't say little girl, but the girl that wrote the book titled The Diary of the Amazing Kid, which we had a section earlier, Zuriel, she had thought creatively. She had solved a problem for we young ones. She had solved a problem. So when you read the book, you find out that you're an amazing kid and all that stuff. So think creatively when a situation arises. Point 6 is share creative moments. Share creative moments. As you are having fun, you are also sharing creative moments. For example, when you go out, maybe you go out for a paint day with your friends, or cooking day, you want your parents to guide you, or you go to church, or you go for activities that enables you to showcase yourself. Share moments with other people. Don't be confined in yourself. Don't be in your space too much. When you go out, interact with people. Let them listen to you, and they would also, you also listen to them. Build a creative connection with your friends, because creativity is all around. When you are creative, your friend is also creative. And this helps you awaken your creativity as a child. creativity, a lot of people think creativity starts from the older age. No, it doesn't start from the older age, it starts from the younger age. So when you go out, when you are with your friends, or when you go out with mommy and daddy, share ideas in that moment, in that happy moment while you are taking picture, share ideas. Oh, mommy, we can take this selfie this way. You can take it at a creative angle and all. Just in that moment, share ideas. That's a way to awaken your creativity. On to my next point and my very last point before I'll be giving out some little tips is take a break and balance it all. Take a break and balance it all. With all these points that I've said, you still need to be calm and balance it. Schoolwork and creative work, they are two different things, but they both work hand in hand. That's what most of us don't know. Sometimes we feel like, oh, schoolwork is different from creative work, but they both work hand in hand. When you are in school, you are being creative. You are being taught to be creative. School will teach you a lot of things. When you go to school, school will teach you a lot of things, but you help yourself when you had more creativity to what school is teaching you. For example, when I was in school, we were taught a particular style of taking pictures. When I was in my school of photography for 3 months, we were taught a particular style of taking pictures. And I said to myself, why don't I calm down, take a break from this particular style and try something different? And that worked for me. So as a child, as a growing child, you need to find your time and take a break. You can take a nap, you can take a walk, you can play around. In that space, you are refreshing yourself. Ouch. You are refreshing yourself on how to go about your creativity. And that's my last point. And always remember to be patient with yourself, like I said in the beginning. Practice nurturing your creative moments, sharing your creative moments. And one assignment I like to give you all is do something small every day. Do something small every day. Do something creative every day. It helps you awaken your creativity as a child. It might not be too much. As a writer, you can say, okay, today I decide to write 50 words. I decide to write 20 words. Do something small every day. Being creative is easy. As you grow, the creativity will come to you. And last but not the least, start with what you have. Start with what you have. Thank you very much. That is out. Thank you very much, Ma. Thank you very much, everybody. If you have any questions, I would like to take them. Kamsi.
Wow, sir. Thank you. That was a very explanatory session. I learned so much from that. So I will again read the chat room to see if we have any questions.
All right. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
I mean, for me, you guys, let me see in the comments how this has impacted you. I couldn't help hearing the last bit that says, of course, you help yourself when you can add your creativity to whatever you are doing in school. That is just so profound, because a lot of times, and it sometimes even begins with our parents. Sometimes it's our parents that even start giving us that idea or the narrative that schoolwork is different from every other thing. Every time you're here doing graphics on the phone, doing graphics on the computer, you will not go and read your book, So it's as if, okay, there's a separation between, all of these. And, sometimes our parents try to make the creative part of us the less important thing, right? They make it seem as if the creative part is not important, and then the math and English is like the most important and nothing else comes close. And I think that is a wrong narrative or a wrong notion. And so that's why a lot of us grow up thinking that, these things are different or these things are separate. These things are not. It's just like when Kamsi's got exams. When Kamsi's got exams and he comes home and he probably comes home and drops his lunchbox in the kitchen, goes to sleep, picks his book and he starts studying. My question is always, I don't understand. Are you not going to eat food? Are you not going to take care of your room? Are you not going to do your chore? And it's like, you cannot separate these things. All of these things are part of life and part of who we are. So we cannot separate it and make it seem as if it's just schoolwork that is the most important thing. And so every other thing is secondary. No, everything is intertwined. Everything is together. All of what you're doing are equally important. So what you need to do is the same thing we've been saying in this conference that all of the young people have been saying is you have to find the balance, create the balance. In fact, not find it. Balance will not happen. We said balance will not happen automatically. You will have to create the balance, and that's where discipline and self-control comes in. That's where routines and structure comes in. That's when creating, creating a schedule comes in. So these things are much more important than we being, how when Nancy was talking, Nancy talked about you want to be a medical doctor. It's not the medical doctor that is the most important thing. It's all these other character and attributes and abilities that you need to have, right, that will help you become an outstanding medical doctor. So if you are diligent, you are kind, you are empathetic, you are, if you are all of these things, then it makes you say, with that, you can say, okay, because I love to help people and I have all these things that can help me help people, I would help people in the medical field. Okay, so it's these other things that determine what it is that you can now do to impact human beings or to impact the world. So it is more like who you are, right, than what you are. So if you're thinking in terms of my schoolwork and every other thing, my creativity, all the schoolwork is to help you. Most of what we do in school is actually to help us build all of these things that we're talking about, build our character, build all of these things that are important. Because when you stay there to do your math, it helps you to learn tenacity, it helps you to learn resilience, it helps you to learn problem solving, it helps you to learn critical thinking. So that's what math is supposed to bring out in you. Bring out all of these other qualities and all of these other important virtues in you. When you learn English language, it's supposed to help you know how to articulate your thoughts, how to articulate your thoughts, how to use grammar, how to use vocabulary, how to write the things that you want to communicate in written ways. English language and all of it teaches you how to use language to express yourself in the areas that you will impact the world. So you see how all of this is intertwined. You're supposed to use the knowledge in school to actually promote your creativity. So yes, you are a creative, you do photography. How are you going to ensure that you are the best? You are the best amongst all the people who are into this field. How are you going to take your photography or that skill that you have, how are you going to put it in a way that it can help you solve problems? How are you going to put it out in a way that it can help you increase in your self-worth? How are you going to put it in a way that with that increase, you can give value to people, and that these people are now willing to pay for the value that you give? And so you can become a wealthy photographer. So you see how life works. It is the things that we learn in school that will help us build the character that we want to see in ourselves, so that we can promote our skills and become the best versions of ourselves. So it's all tied together. So thank you very much for that. All right, so Kamsi, do you have the questions now?
Comment section, I don't see any questions so far.
All right, any comments? Let's read the comments if we have them there.
All right.
So someone said, must you try something new to be creative? Must you try something new to be creative? You want to answer that, sir? Is that Toluwani? Are you there? Is he there, Kamsi? Can you unmute him?
I just asked him to unmute now. Let me try again.
Okay, yeah. So the question. Sorry, please, the question again.
Someone said, do you have?
Okay. Try something new. Okay, to be creative. No, you don't have to try something new to be creative. You can recreate something that has been created before. You can recreate it in your own style. So there is this book here that's titled Still Like an Artist. The book is not necessarily saying you should steal, don't get me wrong, if you can search the book online, but the title of the book is Still Like an Artist. Now, the book is telling you, when I read the book explained to me that when you see something, you want to have your own style of it. You've stolen it. Let me use that word. Please do not get me wrong, kids. I don't mean you should go and steal something. Oh.
Like you've gotten an idea from somebody.
Yes, you've gotten that idea from somebody. So you don't have to create something new to be creative. You can recreate. For example, when somebody sings a song, you can recreate your own version of the song. That's why there are different genres. That's why everything we have in this world, there are different aspects of them. They are recreating them daily. For example, if someone has not created the pattern of writing a book, you might not be able to write a book. Do you understand? If someone has not created the pattern of taking pictures, which is photography, or if someone has not created the pattern of dancing, you might not be able to do that. That's why I see that in the dance industry, there's a particular dance step. And then when someone brings out a new one, you find it that this is similar to what you just did. So that is being creative about it. Create something in your own style, recreating it in your own style, it goes the same way. But for me, you must not create something new to be creative. You can always recreate. That's it. I hope that answers your question.
Exactly. I'm sure it does answer the question. That's why we have people who are innovators, isn't it? Even science recognizes innovators. So that is why when something is created, when something is invented, right? The inventors, where is the music coming from? Is it your music?
Yes, it's coming from my, sorry, it's coming from my space, sorry.
Okay, so when something is invented, inventors usually will write down, they usually will record their invention. Okay, if we're looking at the, what do you call it? What process is that? If you're looking at the design process and all of those things.
Design process, yeah.
Yes. So when you finish, when inventors create, usually they would write down, what they did and all of that, so that in the future, people can take it and innovate it. They can build on what has been created already. So there is a place for that, okay, even in science and in reality. That's the same reason as parents, we're supposed to, model the right thing for you or to you, so that as children, you can take from what we have modeled and build on it. And so I think that's the same reason why scripture says that your children, right? Or is a general belief that our children will be better than we are, meaning they will take from what they've learned from us and they will build on it. So yes, you can take from someone's work, okay? And then what Mr. Tolu is saying is being creative means you can use another person's thing and interpret it in your own way. Yes. Well done. All right, Kamsi, are there any other comments? Or
Creativity
questions?
lives in you. I learned that we should be creative by, I've also learned to be exceptional very much. You need to be exceptional in everything that you do. I've learned to be creative. I've learned that you should create in new ways. Okay, I can see all of us are learning a lot. Being able to control yourself. I see a question. What does self-control mean?
I think he answered that before.
All right.
All right, self-control just simply means that you do the things that you are able to think of what you want to do. You're able to think of what you want to do through, and you are able to control yourself. You know when to do something, you know when to stop, you know what is important for time. You are able to, discipline yourself. It's about the same thing. You're able to discipline yourself. You know that it is time to be in this class. And when you're here, you're not supposed to be annotating on the screen. And so you sit here, you listen, and you only annotate in your book and not on the screen, because you can control yourself from putting your hands all over the place and all of that. So self-control is what makes you eat and say, something, I'm full right now, it's time to stop. Self-control is what makes you know that, okay, I have exams tomorrow and I want to play with my friends. Which one is more important? Okay, that play can wait tomorrow. I can control myself, right, to pay attention to my exams today, and then I can play tomorrow afterwards. So that's all self-control, being able to, do the right thing at the right time and be able to, control yourself, Yeah. All right. So is there any other thing, Kamsi?
Questions, still looking. I learned that behavior of self-doubt shouldn't be encouraged. Be creative with everything you do. What are the simple ways to awakening creativity? Has that already been answered? I think it has.
I thought that was what this class is about. Right? Mr. Tolu, is that it?
I think they're asking for a summary or something like that.
Okay. So Mr. Tolu there?
Let me unmute. Let me unmute him.
Yes, a summary of simple ways to awaken your creativity. First off, believe in yourself. Try something new. Have fun. Be inspired by your surroundings and people around you. Think creative when situation arises. Share creative moments. And lastly, take a break and balance it all. If you want me to put it into writing, I can put it into writing in the comment section.
That's okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, you're very welcome, ma'am.
All All right, so that's about it. I think it's been an amazing session. It's been a very revealing session, guys. It's time to take this and start thinking creatively. Every time you get something new to do, you have homework. Don't just write the homework. When you finish writing all that your teacher has taught you, stop and look at it, or before you write it, stop and look at it and begin to think, what other creative ways can I do this homework? You know, sometimes, you know, how your teacher will give you homework and you decide, you know, something, I'm going to create a model. Okay, I'm going to create a model that showcases this thing, right? Or that reinforces or broadens my understanding. So when you're submitting the homework, you go to school, let's say it's a weekend, go to school with the practical that you have done with the homework. And then you're able to say to your teacher, oh, I created this based on this. And you see that that becomes a moment for you to share your creativity. As he said, share your creativity. Becomes a moment for you, opportunity for you to share your creativity, to help other people learn more. Yours, of course, has also helped you to learn more. And then, of course, it makes your teacher, it gives your teacher feedback that you really understand what you have been taught. So these are creative ways that you can actually, or these are ways that you can exercise your creativity. Start with your schoolwork. Science is a good place. Kamsi and I used to do that a lot. When he's learning something in school, we'll go to YouTube to find, you know, things that we can do to extend that learning, and then we'll create models with styrophones and all of that. And so it was easy for him to make science videos because we had a lot of those models that we create in our house. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Thank you, Mr. Toluwani. Thank you, Kamsi, for anchoring this session. And are there any last words for today?
Mr. Toluwani, do you have any last words to say to us before we close this meeting?
Yes. I just want to say again, start with what you have. A lot of kids demand for stuff from their parents, and I feel that is being too needy, but I would like to advise you to please start with what you have. When you are given something, when mommy and daddy are working and they are providing for you, whatever you've been given, start with it. It would help you go a long way. And that also boosts our parents' confidence. They believe in us and they want to do more for us when they see that. So please, kids, that is what I'm leaving you with. Start with what you have. Start with what you have. It's very, very important. Start with what you have. Thank you very much for having me. Thank you, everyone. It's been wonderful talking to you guys. I'd love to do this once again. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
All right, then. So everyone turn on your video. Let's take a picture before we go.
It's picture time.
Say cheese.
And taken.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you very much, everyone.
All right. Bye. Can you unmute us to say bye?
I'll do that now. All right, everyone, you can unmute yourselves. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.